Pranam ji, Har Har Mahadev, Har Har Mahadevi. This is our soul culture podcast. Now, I've been shedding into soul culture with interviewing many people that are either taking my program or that are trying to spread the love of Dharma and their enlightenment or their talents in the community. This will be 46, and this edition is reflecting my next ventures and opportunities to expand yoga, Shiva Shakti Reiki, Shiva Shakti Yantra Mantra Tantra in the community, and partnering with like-minded people to reflect this great consciousness of Shiva Shakti as a unity of awareness, of love, awakening, and truth of Sanatana Dharma. So I have my brother out in the Ramakrishna Mandir in Burnaby, messaged me early morning about some beautiful functions that are coming up of how we can reconnect with our ancestral lineage, how we can clear maybe karmas that are also blocking us or supporting us either way. And every year we have these ongoing Pravachans and opportunities. This September, the 21st, we will be celebrating out in Burnaby with this great opportunity with this family that's blossoming with their ashram out in Hope also. So there's a lot going on. There's a beautiful lady here, Dr. Preeti, Yogashri, Satyam, who's a part of this community of the Hindu temple in Burnaby, trying to get the message out about the upcoming events that Swamiji had messaged me about. So Swamiji will be providing Sarva, Piri, Pooja, Visarjan, and Pravachan. We're going to talk about that. It's 9 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. at the Hindu Temple Burnaby. That's on Marine Drive. And Dr. Preeti, Yogashri, Satyam, we can get some information about this, about maybe some of the history about it, and how it benefits our life to be grateful or to also clear some things from our ancestors that are not helping us, but some things that are helping us, and why give honor.
Sure, thank you so much, Leanne. Oh, what a beautiful soul you are. It's so much light that you're emanating from your face. It's such a pleasure, my honor to be with you. And as you just mentioned, this is going to be a very beautiful day. You just pretty much described it um, about Swamiji, who has been actually hosting this event uh, in this temple, for that matter, in Vancouver, in so many places wherever he was. So especially this day is very, very important. It's called Mahalaya Amavasya. So it's the Amavasya of the Pitri Paksha. And so these are 15 days, dedicated days that you have, which we give our Shraddha, or our honor to our ancestors. We are indebted to them. You know, we are on this earth because of them. And anyone who gives us even a glass of water, we say thank you. So this is like our time to be thankful to them for their DNA. If not for that, people like you and me, how, we are so well connected with our, the lineage, with our, the knowledge, because it's all in our system, right? And this is all thanks to our ancestors. So 9 a.m. every morning, like on this day, Swamiji will start with like what is called a tarpan, or it's like a puja. It's a worship of our ancestors, and we ancestors is all from Brahma all the way, Brahma, Shiva, all of we are all from that same, they are, the same roots. So we give tarpan or our thanks to all of them, and then all the way to all our, from both our parents' side, grandparents, parents, if we don't have them, or aunts, uncles. So it's a very beautiful memory that we, sort of bring our minds to and thank them. So Swamiji will explain the Pravachan, as you just mentioned, in that. So this day is a very powerful day because on this Amavasya, the cosmic energies are very much aligned with the Pitris, with our ancestors. And those of us who take this time to do this puja, this tarpan, it has great spiritual benefits. So our ancestors are like our own gods, like we have Shiva, we have all of it, but our ancestors, it's like they are always sort of advocating before God for our well-being, because we do make mistakes or we sometimes we forget them. So at least once a year we can do this, and they will always protect us for our family well-being, our spiritual growth, especially for our family growth. So many times we find there are so many, problems, troubles with the family. So because our ancestors are so concerned that their family grows and prospers, so they are very much uh, sort of uh, help us in this path. So
Mhm.
that's the importance, I would say. And so from 9 to 12:15 is the whole event. So Talpan is like, giving like a glass of water. So we'll use water and sesame seeds and all, you know, just flowers to pay our homage. Other than that, the importance of this Swami we will explain based on the scriptures.
And how everything kind of plays a role. Everything, audience, when it comes to nature, a flower or a
Yeah,
seed or water, they're all symbolic through the beginning of creation.
yes,
So when we have a time to meditate on creation and expansion of the first movement of life, then how it's been passed on through the lineages, each of those offerings also have symbols, just like Shiv has symbols with going beyond fear, where he's wearing Vasuki. So the reality of this is really important
mhm,
to remember the value and to have gratitude for your life.
yeah,
And then in meditation, we have an opportunity to hold ourselves still into consciousness.
mm,
And that is where all the ancestors, whether they've been praying for us or to be conscious through this process of life, where we give gratitude to their opportunity to pass on consciousness, to help us through our dark times, why we cry to our mother or father,
mm,
or why we have chosen those parents to learn a karmatic lesson.
mm,
What did we go through this wisdom with the Vedas that says, you choose your parents.
mm,
Why did you choose them to learn this karmatic lesson? What did you come for? What did you remember? What did you forget? And did you have a chance to reconnect with the primal energy? And this is my only reflection with you, sister, because the essence of why people walk into a temple, a lot of them will do the work because their parents told them. But it's essential to also re educate yourself through this process of being grateful to something that has already either left or that continues to be with you if you're doing your own work on self discovery. So the five elements, when we place them near a fire or we're offering something back of creation, of prakriti, meaning nature.
water. We do tarpan with water. Yeah, in this case. So this is going to be, I think, very important, very special for us. This day actually eventually goes into Swamiji's. This is going to be a very sort of a very historic day as well, because once this is done by around 2 o'clock, basically one of our very great yoga masters is arriving on the same day, where we will be welcoming him all the way, taking him all the way from Hope to Boston Bar, which is his ashram, the Vyasa Canada ashram, uh,
So
which is
that's
a
Swamiji's location you're talking about. That's
right.
where's Boston Bar?
So Boston Bar is basically 2 hours from Vancouver, and it's pretty much uh, just another half an hour, 40 minutes beyond Hope City. So on Highway 1, Swamiji's ashram is right on Highway 1, like east, sorry, Highway 1 East. So if we were driving and don't like leave the highway, then right after a very famous Hell's Gate, it's like you have to go through hell to reach heaven.
Heaven?
So it's like a heavenly abode. It's you cross 7 mountains, exactly seven huge big um, tunnels within the mountains, which feel like you're going through, like what a like great energy of the saints, and like the Sapta Rishis, so the seven mountains, the seven chakras in yoga. So we feel that energy of the mountains and the river Fraser all through the drive, and basically the ashram is right on Highway 1.
So is
And
that you don't have to go on a ferry or anything. You can just drive
no, no,
straight there?
just keep try, keep, don't leave Highway 1, so you keep going. 170, you need to take the exit to stay on Highway 1, because if you kept staying, like if you miss Highway 170, then you will catch Highway 5 North, which is also another very big, huge Shiva temple there. It's like 1008 Shiva Linga are there, and 110 feet Shiva Swamiji has sort of inaugurated that temple. It's his disciple Sharmila who's built this beautiful place. And so we will be coming to that one, but that will be on the 22nd morning. So
Okay, so
24th,
we have a cycle of events,
yes, you're
listeners, so you
right.
don't get confused.
Yes,
Main thing we're talking about is the 21st
morning,
about this
morning,
event,
yes,
and the um, uh, the 21st is a Sunday.
is a Sunday. And so the 21st evening is the same day is another event, and that's in Boston Bar. So it's still the same day, and most of us saying we'll just pretty much drive down there for
Uh,
the ashram. Yeah, so it's the same day. But
okay,
yes, you're right. The morning is what we just talked about, and that's in the temple.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, and the evening is more because this Dr. H.R. Nagendra, who is a icon in the field of yoga, and because he's also renowned as Modi, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi's yoga guru. Not because he's a prime minister, even before he was like even chief minister, he used to be so, but he's a great yogi, the Prime Minister of India, current Prime Minister of India. And he has really the importance of Dr. Nagendra is that he really brought yoga, its authentic, the scientific aspect of yoga into our educational and health system. So it's such an important day for Swamiji because Swamiji invited him and he is basically built this ashram also in his honor. So he will be arriving. We had initially planned that he would be in the temple for this Priti Praj function, but if the flight is a little bit later, so we will then take him straight to the ashram.
Okay,
Otherwise,
so the evening, so audience, so we know we've gone into the event that's going to be in the morning from 9 to 12:15. Then this next event will start at 3.
so what will happen? That's correct. So till 3, he will actually start from the airport. So till 5, by 5:30 we'll reach. But while you're still on the morning, I do want to invite everyone who's watching your show, to please be part of the lunch that is being hosted by the Preeti Bhojan, hosted by Swamiji. So right after the 12, the 12:15, there is food sponsored by Swamiji himself, and the pravachan that he will give, which will start from like 11 to 12:15, but 9 to 11 we will do all our the tarpa. So that's the morning. Yes. So
Okay,
after
so there'll
lunch,
be a nice prashad offered to the community. And
correct.
remember, guys, when we're talking about this auspicious way of living, we want to come back to yoga living. We want to come back where we slow down from our busy lives, where we are full of many thoughts with what we're creating, what we're interacting with, whether it's stress or whether it's the fluctuation of the mind, and in taking a moment to be into the connection with your energy field, with your ancestors, with the temple environment, which inaugurates divine power, and mirror this even while you're eating, this opportunity too, because some things I feel like in our process we forget to be grateful. We forget to connect to Mother Nature through our food or slow our chewing down. And the real yoga is a life journey. It's an ongoing thing. So I always try to remember myself, even when I'm interviewing, that these are essential things that make a better life. They make the good health in yoga because the body is going to go through karmas of fluctuations. But if we have these simple gratitudes throughout the day and we live with yoga, we have good digestion. We can deal with the next moment better. We're more present, and so this would be a movement of an offering, and in traditional Sanatana Dharma lifestyle, for people that are going to church on Sundays, that might be inquisiting what is yoga. Maybe they want to work on their health. Maybe they want to be around doctors that are getting educated. Maybe they want to come in and jump in. This community is open for everybody because Sanatana Dharma is the origin of cosmic energy. There's no limitation, there's no fingerprint, rejecting idols of better or worse. This is an open door of self-discovery with yoga. And these doctors that are coming out that are highly renowned or respected in India are giving us these sacred codes that they hold and they keep still so they can be passed on to next generations. And that's when we say thank you to our ancestors. That's when we say thank you to the embodiment of this knowledge that takes time
Yeah.
to remember. So that's a very important highlight on the evening where this Dr. H.R. Nagendra
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
that's coming in, and he's an Indian yoga guru and Padma Shri awardee.
Yeah, he got the highest national award for all the work he's done, all the social and health work. Yeah. So he's a Padma Shri award. You're right. Yeah.
Okay, so in India, we have different labels based on success of growth, whether it's spiritually, which is you're proclaimed by somebody, whether you're enlightened or whether you're in a position. And this is just how the system is running out there. It's an honor system, it's a gratitude system, and it just shows the hard work that the souls are putting in
Yeah,
and what
it's
to
like
learn when you can be in the environment.
yeah, like the Nobel Prize. It's like the highest Nobel Prize of. So Padma is like a flower, is lotus. Padma. Shri is who has basically been, despite, as you said, right, this cycle of birth and death and so much of pain, in this to be able to find a path that can be living like a life of a lotus. So, but Padma Shri is in that sense a very a very prestigious title to be given to anybody as a award, which in India nationally this is given from time to time to
So,
people.
and we would say these are virtues of qualities in
Yes,
any aspect of what we're trying to maintain in the yamas and niyamas in yoga. These are
yeah,
the virtues and the qualities that are developing within oneself, that they've come into a realization, they've been acknowledged for the realization, they are passing more the consciousness reminders. And this is really what we're taking on in this ancestral time too, is as we mature, we become more apparent to what we are, this consciousness of what we are. And we have another Dr. N.K. Manjuth Nath.
Manjunath, yeah. So, the importance, as I was telling you, Dr. Nagendra is he's the chancellor of the first yoga university, full-fledged yoga university established in India, like master MSc and all the up to PhD level students doing. And then through through the Prime Minister Modi, he's brought it in into the education system. So people are able to actually get not, educationally like systematically get educated in the field of yoga and especially its impact on health. So the Dr. Manjunath, he's their research head, and he's a vice chancellor. So Dr. Nagendra is a chancellor of this university, and they are it's a concept of health, basically integrated health, what you called it, right? So we know health is not just all the medicines that we eat. So it's our mind, it's our basically up to your atma level. How do you reach those levels? So integrated system of health and based on yoga therapy. Myself, I did my master's in yoga therapy from this university. And Dr. Nagendra and Manjunath, they are pioneers because they have spread this knowledge through their very systematic research base, which is like, from Harvard, all these, like from most prestigious universities that have all the, qualifications that it requires to be like the perfect research that people have to see to understand things. Even though our rishis were great researchers, and the Yoga Sutras and Gita, each every chapter is yoga, is very scientific. But still, in the modern times, getting the best of the East and the West, uh, they have put it all together very nicely, and their educational courses are like in all over the world, like in Japan, they have an institution, in China, in Singapore, in USA, Dallas, Houston. And the first yoga university outside of India is in Los Angeles, called Value, Vivekananda Yoga University. So Guruji was inspired by Vivekananda. He was actually an engineer and he did his postdoctoral in UBC. So he has some roots in Vancouver. That's why he's so attracted to Vancouver. Other than that, basically, he was a scientist in NASA and at a very high level, but he decided he chose a life of yoga and set up all this work for all of us to benefit from. So basically, he's like, in that sense, it's our honor that he's coming here, and he has set up his Vyasa branch here in Vancouver through Swamiji and myself. In this, what you see in the screen, Vyasa, Canada National Institute of Health and Yoga Research, to do more research in Canada, because in Canada we have not reached that level in terms of doing more research and more systematic education in terms of certified master level, PhD level. So this will be introduced through the Indo-Canadian collaboration. This is a diplomatic visa, so be doing the work of sort of in that Indo-Canadian collaboration.
This information, I'll just talk a little bit about this myself as a yoga teacher, because I've been dealing with Goya, Yoga Alliance, and different things. So as I'm integrating in the next 300 hours, I'll have 2,000 hours of teaching done. I can open my school. But the awakening with Shiv, for people to really understand what yoga's possibility is, in order to awaken Pingala Ida Shushma Nadi, in order to understand the process, Mantra Yantra Tantra, and all the abilities of this system, what yoga is actually really doing is a different level. After 30 years now, I've been able to understand by the grace of Shiv and Shakti. But yet, to preserve this in a safe way, I've been with many gurus. I've been with many people that, karmatically, not all went according to plan. And there's some, cleaning up that we need to say thank you. Okay, so I have this karma. What am I doing to help the world? What am I able to do from this process? How can I redefine it? This is where institutes are important, because we have to take from life, which is unplanned. Shakti's unplanned. They're moving the waters and everything, and we are getting these lessons. But when we still the mind in Shiv, in yoga, and we have the ability to say, Mira Gurudev, how can I serve yoga? How can I, take from my karma and continue? Because it's through your ability to connect to you as Adi Yogi, this chance to redefine your systems as the rishis had it. And so what I see is happening, the books that happen in India too. I got some of recently the books in comparison to what I've learned online when I went to school with Nirvana School of Yoga, or Yoga Renew that's online, and where everybody is in the West, the fundaments of the root of mantra, of murtis, of bhakti, and all these aspects of yoga. There's just fundaments of like one aspect that's being really given attention. So Yoga Alliance tries to do their best in their standards, because they're following some systematic standards where you have to have this amount of knowledge. But I saw what India's done with their new books is that they've actually created another level of testing, and they've created organizations while we achieve our 500, or we go on the journey of integrating and processing and developing ourselves as an individual, is that we have a capacity and a standard of how to share knowledge without bypassing. So this is very important, because a lot of us gain our knowledge alone. And then when we come and people come to us by the grace of Shiva itself, reenacting itself, we need to have some standards, because Shiva in the Purana has standards. Patanjali has some standards. And the standards keep us in that sacred balance. That sacred balance of how to evolve in a loving way, in a compassionate way, and truly understand these old ways, because of the mixes of Mahamaya and Maya Loka that we're in, these knowledges that are forgotten. We don't even stem across this knowledge of Purana or Veda. Even it's not touched as deeply as it can be. And this is where I am also in my journey after starting in 1994. On my process, and now 2025, and living in the West and dealing with my pull to India. Why? Because the chitta gyan, the knowledge inside is there. Shiva is there.
No, I'm really happy to hear all this from you. It's so beautiful, because you are in the right path. This is exactly what you got it right, as you just, because obviously you have done so much of work and with your gurus and all. So yes, this is a chance for of collaboration with people like yourself, whose journey into yoga is so deep and so beautiful, and also like systematic, as you just mentioned, and so therefore I guess I personally invite you to please be there, come with us and stay in the ashram and guide us as well. It's your own ashram. Swamiji, he's your brother. So basically you're my sister and you're my, what do you call? Yeah, Guru Bahan, right? Guru sister. So I really appreciate your knowledge on this. And so and we also actually call Dr. Nagendra. He's like famous if you Google what he's called Guruji by rich people. And he's a very humble soul. He just wears this white t-shirt, white, lungi and just chappal, whatever weather. So he's a great yogi to learn from. And, I'm sure he'll be very happy to meet with you. And of course, Dr. Manjunath ji, very beautiful soul too. So they will be, and it's a chance to sort of stay with them, right? Like for this evening on the 21st. That's why I said it's a very important evening. And
So there's going to be bhajans, there's going to be discussions, there'll be
mostly
some food offerings,
like in the evening
morning
also.
yoga,
Yeah.
and
Morning yoga will do for the 22nd. So we all will stay in the ashram. And so those of us who also want to go to Hope, as I was telling you, so by evening, there is enough accommodation, basically, like lots of tents who like camping style. And also there is obviously motels and all. If you really want to be very comfortable, ashram style, then Swamiji's ashram is here in Boston Bar, where I am right now. So we can all stay together. We talk to him everything out and see what the way forward he can envision for all of us. And so that's on the 21st evening, 21st morning after little morning yoga. We'll try to reach Hope by like 8:39 because they are preparing for Guruji's. And as I was telling you, it's a very big Shiva Linga, Shiva temple. If you
yeah,
have
this is
not,
1,008 Shivalingams.
yeah, so I'm sure, like you being such a devotee and so close to Shiva, you will definitely enjoy it. So that's early morning, and 9 o'clock. The reason we're doing it really early morning because by 1 we want to come back to Vancouver for another like meeting at another SFU. So before that, we have this chance. It's on the way anyways, coming to Vancouver, so from Boston Park. So around 9 o'clock, we will have another very brief. It's an inauguration. They have already done. The temple is there for 2 3 years, but they have now people are picking up. They're coming to know about it. But there is a Vedi or something that has been built, and she would like Guruji to inaugurate it. So a very quick Shiva, Abhishek will do, and just to inaugurate that, and then we will have brunch, idli, and all that. Guruji is from South India. Or generally, Sharmila has prepared a little brunch with idli, dosa, whatever she can do, so that we by 10:30 we will be there and we'll have the rest.
So
So
beautiful. Yes, just an honor to be a part of the process of the same hunger.
yeah.
The same hunger that is created within the consciousness where we come together by the grace of God. And those people that are hungry that just we stumble upon and the messages for them and how this message gets out is an opportunity to continue to broaden the awareness on making the process more beautiful, because there's many people that are unconscious in their process, and we have to know the warning signs of how to maintain a structured system for the individual aspect of enlightenment and then participate with others. As long as you can get alone, this is a main teaching of why we would want to have a research society, an institution of national institution. Why do we need something that wants to reach more people? Because there's been problems,
Yeah.
and there's the shadow and the light. And we need to acknowledge that they are both created like the grantees in the body
Mhm.
to have an experience with Shakti and Shiv, to have some understanding about growth. They had their growth also. And
Exactly.
Purusha and Prakriti has created this opportunity for us to take on their knowledge, try to prevent some things that had already been learned,
Mm.
likewise in our life, and use this yoga to maintain the mind,
Yeah.
the sensation of the mind, and understand the mind and the fluctuations of the mind, and be okay with the mind and honor it.
Yeah, so basically, if you see in the field of health, like whether east or west, specifically the west, despite so much of affluence, if we thought, oh, progress and well-being is in wealth, we have it all. So much food is there. Still, most see the mental illness you just mentioned about the mind. We all are struggling with it. In fact, another study we may need on Canada. Why this is happening? People are so lonely. People are so depressed or anxious, and our kids and everybody. Uh, and so basically, some sort of a research. Just we don't need to reinvent the wheel, but enough research is already available. But for Canada, because we still need to go ahead in this, so bring it into our health system. It's very it's very, what do you call, if you see the hospitals everywhere, and it's so much, it's stressed out, it's very overloaded with only trying to find giving pills for mental issues or drugs or whatever that people end up for their peace, is causing more problems than solutions. And what you just mentioned, just the awakening of Shiva, the awakening of our inner self, our mind, is so important. And that without all these external stuff, we can be in control, and we can be happy, we can be helpful, and we find a purpose. So we all, people like you and me, we know the importance of the work we're doing, but obviously it has to reach out. And that's, as you said, in Toronto also, we have another, like a group of people who are working on it. That's why on Thursday they will leave, so they are here, Dr. Nagendra team, and they are here to help. So all of us, and as I said, you are more than welcome. I'm sure you'll be very happy to meet all your audience, whoever is able to
And let's just
listen.
try to reach people. I think that because of our timeline and there's a certain limitation on this basic Zoom, we can conclude with the invites. I'm going to attach the flyers and a nice description, location, and the contact details where if you have any questions, audience, anybody that's grabbing this, it's for you. This is your opportunity. We're talking about discussions that you're gonna be like, that's for me. That's the place I want to be. Because the universe works in that harmonious way that you attract and you not attract, whatever may be. So if you're attracting us and you have this opportunity to hear a little bit about what you're doing, what I'm doing with yoga, Reiki, Mantra Yantra Tantra, they're beautiful things that I'm growing, integrating. And these are locations where we can practice together as a community. We can grow our wealth. The world needs wealth of health and how to use motion with emotion. So, on that note, I want to thank you, Dr. Preeti, for showing up today. And I will post all the rest of this information alongside the video. It'll be accessible on YouTube and on different platforms that are on Facebook and Instagram. And then, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. And I'm
Yeah,
also looking forward to anybody that's coming for you to meet more of yourself with yoga.
that's so beautiful. Thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate your time, your energy, your guidance, and your presence will be our honor. Thank you so much, Leanne.
All right.
Okay.
Har my Dave. Har my Devi Didi. Good to be with you and see you soon.
See you soon. Okay.
Namaste.